My name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now, last time we got together, we talked about the fact that we live in two worlds. And everything is created twice. The first time is always inside of you. Now I'm pointing, at the body, but the body might not be who you are. As a matter of fact, you're not your body. You need a body, but you're much more than your body. So in that last video, we talked about the fact that you have created inside the world that you have, and then you project it outside, and for all the world, believe the inside world is outside of you. That the world you live in, the world that you have created, is the outside world. So that's what that was about. And I will leave a link up here to that video so that you can refresh your memory. Now, this time, before we get started, I want to point out all the little memorabilia I have over here of my books, and a hat with a logo on it, and some mugs with different logos. And I'll have those on my website, and I'll link it down below in the description so you'll know where it's at in case you would like to look up some of my designs on my mugs and other things. Now, that being said, the subject for this video, matter of fact, I think this is going to turn into be a small mini-series that I will put under a playlist, maybe 3 or 4 different videos. And we'll kind of link them together so that they'll be kind of like a little series. But today, we're going to talk about 3 things you need to know to create your ideal world. Oh, and won't that be interesting? But it's going to segue off of our last video. So in a moment, I'm going to bring my whiteboard in, which I have not erased, and we'll make some additions, and then we'll move on to something else, another model. So this will be kind of interesting, and hopefully you'll be able to see how they're all kind of linked together. And we're going to end with a break, and then next time we get together, it'll add on to where we left off. It's going to be looking at, in a different way, how we manifest our world. So that's what that is going to be about. And it's getting kind of complicated, so I have made a couple of notes so that I can make sure that I cover all of the things I want to cover to support you in understanding how you can change your life for the better. So, in a moment, I'll be right back. Stick around. Well, we're back. Thanks for sticking around. Now, if you look at our board here, I even have the description for our last time. And we talked, and these are the two worlds that we talked about, the inside world and the outside world. Now, you may notice in the little diagram, if you look really close, up here in the corner, right up here at the edge between the gap, is a little stick figure. I just didn't add that. If you go back and look at the other video, you'll see that he's always been there looking into the gap. So, now, outside. Outside is what I want to talk about and expand upon a little bit. And we said outside, the outside world was just raw energy. We also related it to being meaningless because it's raw energy, raw data, raw information. It has no reference to anything out here. The reference and the meaningfulness is put on the raw data inside of you based upon your past. So your world that you create is going to be uniquely yours as mine is uniquely mine. Now, this is what I want to expand upon. I want to add to this many things. One of the things we mentioned, but I didn't write down, was consciousness. This is the energy of consciousness. Make believe you can see that real good because I overwrote a lot of stuff. So there's all kinds of names that we put on this. And I mentioned before that consciousness is my substitution in my understanding for what you might call God. Another name for this in other thought processes is the all. You might think about Hermetic principles, where the first principle is the universe is conscious. See, these two are tied together. The universe is alive. And that's where these came from. And this is what I want to make clear before I go on in my understanding. This outside energy, which we do not see directly, is all there is. It's infinite, and it's all there is. Now here's the point you got to get. If it's infinite, this outside energy, it's inside of you. You are embedded in whatever world you want to think about inside of this energy, this all, this infinite consciousness. Because I'm going to make a point later on, see if it makes sense to you. So, now that's why I wanted to show this again. So we're going to take a short break. It'll be short for you, but it'll be a couple of minutes for me as I rearrange the board and rearrange where we're at here, remembering, though, you live in two worlds. The meaningful one is the one you create inside. And then you project it outside onto the meaningless, infinite energy. So you think about that until we get back together in a moment. Well, here we are again. But this time we have this video's topic at the top. 3 things you need to know. I ran out of room to create your ideal world. 3 things. So we're going to talk right off. We're going to start right off by you have to set a goal. You have to know what your ideal world is so you can reach it. Now, you created the world that you have. So if you want a different world, you have to go down a different path. And in this case, you need a goal. You need a destination that you're going to end up at. So I call that a goal. So you have to come up with, in order to get your ideal world, you have to come up with a goal. A goal that will give you your ideal world. So, and the main criteria for determining this goal is, will it make you happy? Will it make you happy? So, now, we are very good at determining what we don't want. We're not so good at determining what we want. Part of the reason is we don't feel we deserve what we want. And so we look at what we don't want. And so if you ask somebody, you say, where are you going on vacation? And they say, well, I don't want to go to any place that's too hot. I don't like the heat. I don't want to go where there's a lot of water. I get seasick real easy, so I don't want to go in the water. The mountains get too high and I can't breathe. But that's not the question. The question is what you do want and what will make you happy. As an example, I was doing group work in a senior citizen retirement community. And part of it was manifesting their ideal world or what they wanted. So I said, what would make you happy? What would your goal that would make you happy? And as one woman said, she says, I would want to marry a rich man, then I'd be happy. I said, really? I said, what would you do? Why would that make you happy? Well, she said, we could travel. We could see the world. We could go all over. And I said, no, this is where her real goal begins to bubble to the surface. So I said, where would you travel? Seemed like a good question. She said, I'd go to Georgia. Well, that kind of startled me, so I said, Georgia, why would you want to go to Georgia? And this is where her goal came to the surface. She said, my son lives in Georgia. And if I went to Georgia, I could see my grandkids. And that would make me happy. So as you set your goal, what will make you happy? The steps along the way are not that important. It is the goal that is important. So you need to come up with a goal that you can manifest. And the criteria is, does it make you happy? Now, once you find it, that's the first step. Set your goal. The second step, keep your eye on the goal. Keep your eye on the goal, not the steps to reach your goal. Not the steps to reach your goal. Now, in the egoic world, in industry, as an example, they have all kinds of goals. And the steps become the most important part of the goal. Now, we want to reach the goal, that's true, but the steps become more important. It is reaching the steps that are moving us along. Keep your eye on the goal. Now, you have where you're at. I don't have enough room to, I'll roll it over here a little bit. You'll be able to see. Okay, here you are, right now, at 0. Up here, your goal. %. Reach your goal. Start at 0, where you're at, and then, now see, I drew a straight line. Now, we have to talk about manifesting a little bit here. You're down here, you have your goal, you keep your eye on the goal, and now it's manifesting. So as you keep your eye on the goal, you have many techniques for bringing your goal to 100%. Visualization, manifestation, vision boards, prayer, all kinds of techniques, all kinds of steps to go through to reach your goal. Now, when you're manifesting, you are basically, or at least that's what the technique is, to excite the universe. Now, in our other diagram, that would be consciousness or the all. That's outside energy. Excite that outside energy to bring to you those things that'll make you happy and reach your goal. And you might not have thought about this, because a lot of people manifest. You go on the internet and they ask for ideas on manifesting, and you'll get more than you can handle in a lifetime. But here's the thing. There's an assumption. There is an assumption that consciousness or the universe is listening to you. The universe is supporting you. The universe is attracting to what your goal is and bringing you evidence that you've reached your goal. That says the universe is alive. And so when you look outside into the universe, it's alive. Now, if it's alive outside, it's alive inside. Crazy world. Here's the point. In this sidebar, over here drawing, to reach your goal with the support of the universe are many paths, are all kinds of different things that the universe will bring to you to support you in reaching your goal. The point, if you have your steps, your plans that you have in place, your logical approach to reaching your goal, you've left the universe out. You've left consciousness out. There's no room if it's too logical. There's no room for the universe to support you. Tough world. So between these two here, where you're at and where you want to be, are infinite paths to get you to your goal. Your goal should be fluid. It should be easy to change. It should be listening to the universe support you in reaching your goal that will make you happy. Like that woman, her goal was to marry somebody rich that could bring her to her goal. She didn't even recognize what her goal was until at the very end. And if she would not have had those steps, I got to marry a rich man, I got to do this, I got to do that, and allowed the universe to come up with a plan to reach Georgia, it would maybe been a lot easier on her mind and a lot quicker than trying to find a rich man that wanted her to take her to Georgia. So now, that's the second thing. Keep your eye on the goal, not the steps to the goal. Let the universe direct that. Do what you need to do as far as affirmations and vision boards. You have to have a little plan, but let it be fluid. Let it be easy on your mind. And recognize you got the support of the whole universe on your side. So now, what's the last thing? Why don't you have your goal? It's because of you. It's because of what you believe. Your goal isn't reached because you have to be the kind of person, the kind of individual that should have that goal and be happy. Why aren't you? What you think about yourself, your belief system about who you believe yourself to be. When you begin to recognize what you really are, you begin to recognize the support that you can get from the universe. Now, what's the goal? To make you happy. Where is that goal formalized? It's an inside feeling. It's not an outside acquiring. The outside acquiring will make you happy for a New York minute. And then you'll need something else. And then you'll need something else. The secret is to be happy with yourself. To change your inner self-talk about you. And this all falls into place. Now, let's see if I covered all the points I wanted to cover. Oh, yes. Your real goal, find out what you really want. Not, because we all say, oh, I need a different kind of job, a different kind of relationship, more money. I need all kinds of stuff from the outside to make me happy inside. I'm suggesting you got to turn that around. You got to think about being happy inside. When you're happy inside, that's part of your attitude about life. If you got a shabby attitude, it's because of what you believe about yourself. If you got a negative attitude, it's what you believe about yourself. And when you change that and are happy inside because that's your attitude, what's the universe going to bring to you? More things to support your happy attitude. If you have a poor attitude, what's the universe going to bring to you? Oh, that's an interesting thing. In the Course references this and other things around it, but I wanted to point it out. And again, I'm going to read 2 or 3 sentences from the Course. And this says, you will also recognize when you start working on your goal that many of your goals are I have to edit this out. Many of your goals are contradictory. You have a goal for money, you got a goal for good health, you got a goal for stopping an addictive process, but when you stop the addictive process, like eating too much and gaining a little weight, Got to stop eating. Don't eat so much. But your attitude will help you do that. When you begin to get support of your attitude, those things will begin to fall away. So this is the most important thing, your belief system. Okay, so now your goals are contradictory. They're not defined. Outcomes, they're undefined outcomes in the mind, and that you must experience because you haven't changed, some disappointment. Your goals are contradictory right now. You need to change your mind. You need to change your belief system. So, doesn't matter what the situation is that you're in, or that you think you're in from the outside. It's what you're doing inside that makes you happy or sad, depressed or content. You make your world. Where do you make it? Inside. What do you do with it? You project it outside. And you look outside and you say, oh, what a bad world. No wonder I got problems. And you don't recognize your outside world, whatever it is a direct reflection of what you're doing inside. You're the creator. And when you do manifesting, whether you recognize it or not, you are co-creating. You are co-creating with the universe. With the universe. With consciousness. With the all. With the energy that you're embedded in. Oh, interesting things to consider here in the illusion. So until we meet again in our next video, think about these. 3 little things. Oh, there was a song like that, but it was words, 3 little words. And you should use them for yourself. What are the 3 little words? I love me. We talked about love. Several videos. And we still have no definition for what love is. Oh, so much to think about. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time we get together here in the illusion. Bye now.